The video clip we're going to look at today is looking at ways to play with words. Just want to really make the point that we're not testing children on words, we're having them play with words. We're having them look at the sound-symbol relationships in words. We're building their sight vocabulary by exposing them to different words. We're helping them put them in the right order to make sentences orally based on a book we've just read, or making one up completely on their own. So these activities can be matched to your child at the rate you decide is the best for them. As I said, we're not testing them. The activities are meant to be fun, a challenge in the way that you're solving a puzzle and you're doing it together. I'm not about perfection. I'm about exploring, experimenting, playing and learning. What we have here is a collection of the most common words. You can find these lists on the internet. I've made these cards several years ago, but the purpose of them is to have the kids sort them out, to remember them, to play games with them, to make patterns of letters and sounds. So there's lots of words which are common, which I would expect kids to know, and there are words which can be sounded out, and there are words which just need to be remembered. So we might choose a selection match to what the children are up to, and already kindergarten have a number of sight words I would expect them to know, and a number of letters they know to be able to sound out words. So I might have a game where I'm looking for all of the words that start with the same letter. So here we have 3 words starting with A. Are, which is one we need to remember, am and at. So here's 3 that start with O. Some of them can be sounded out, some of them can't. In this case, I might look at the end letters. So we might select from the whole group those sorts of words. Then there's things we might do. I like, I saw, I can get, I did something. Words about doing. So we might group those together, and that's perfectly fine too, because I'm using meaning as a basis. Some of these can be sounded, some of them need to be remembered. I play with these words in all kinds of ways. Sometimes I might have 20 or 30 out. At other times, I just might take a selection. So here I might have a group of words based on numbers, a group based on colours. I might have some personal pronouns. I might also have a whole range of words from the list, and we, depending on the child's ability, sort them according to beginning letter, end letter, sound you can hear in the middle, meaning, etc. So these words are good to build both sight vocabulary and sound symbol relationship. Do enjoy it though. Now I'm going to show you some activities I just used post-it notes for, and I recently read a book, This Is My Body. And you can see how I've positioned 2 clues to help the kids put these in the right order. Immediately the capital letter shows them which comes first, and the full stop shows them which comes last. So they can only have to worry about ordering the 2 in the middle. Okay, so I might use this very common pattern and then ask them to put them in the right order. You can think of many, many sentences you can do this with. Another thing I might do is replace the word body with other words that the child gives me, and I write them in. I might encourage them to write these sentences. I might encourage them to draw a picture to go with them. The purpose here is that they become not only readers but writers using common patterns. again, the ordering is important. Here's a much more complicated sentence where we're doing the same thing. This is in relation to reading a book we had read on whales. Blue whales live in a group called a pod. I'm doing several things here. I'm using common words they know, and I'm using content words we've been introduced to. I've used, again, the capital letter and the full stop. Here is another simpler sentence doing the same thing. Notice how I have the second row looking like a book, where you return at the end of the line. Okay, ordering is one thing I can do. Something else I could do is, instead of giving the child the whole word, when I think they can fill it in, I might replace that word with just a line, some of the letters, and ask the kids to complete the words. So notice that the words I've chosen here are words that I would expect them to know. And then I would ask them to write in the missing letters. I'm not, again, absolutely fanatical about perfection. I'm trying to ensure that they're looking at the sound symbol relationships.